Hey guys, Venturesome couple here, Chris and Martha. Today we're going to talk about 3 different security items we added to our truck to secure our assets.
Can never be too careful with your assets.
Absolutely.
Hey, so we just got done installing a B&W Companion 25K fifth wheel hitch. It's an OEM style hitch for the GM puck system. It's model number 3715, and the reason we went with the 25K is our gross vehicle weight rating for our fifth wheel toy hauler, which is the Alliance Valor 42V13, is 20,000 pounds. Overkill seemed just about right for Martha and I. An extra 5K buffer versus the GVWR, or the gross vehicle weight rating of our fifth wheel toy hauler, and our hitch seemed to be the right idea. We decided to do the B&W mainly because of overall references that we're seeing online. There's a lot of people that are have Kurt, they have B&W, they have Gen Y. There's a lot of different options. For us, the B&W worked well. It was highly recommended from the Chevy dealership that we purchased from. It was recommended by a lot of the online or Facebook pages. It's an American-made product, and from what I can tell, the fit and finish is excellent. It looks wonderful. It was super easy to install. We'll see how it tows. I've never towed a fifth wheel before, so this will be an interesting adventure for darn sure.
Yeah, it was so easy to install, I didn't even break a sweat.
Hey, somebody's got to be the camera lady.
Right?
Or the cameraman, because there's times where I'm the cameraman as well.
So one thing when you're putting in your B&W hitch, make sure that you actually use a torque wrench and set it to the proper settings. I'm just putting this in with the socket wrench right now and a ratchet, just because, like I said, I'm going to have to move this around when I get to pick up my rig at the dealership. So we're setting it on the middle, we'll see where it goes, and then we will torque it in place following the directions from the manufacturer before we hook anything to it.
So we're at the big buck store and we're gonna go get the D.
That's what she said.
All right, so we went to the box store. We're gonna switch out to bigger D's.
Nope, won't work.
So we end up returning the locks. Out of all these locks, we couldn't find one that would fit.
Well, round 2, second big box store, and we finally figured something out that'll work. We ended up having to use a coupler pin. So the coupler pin is really the perfect situation for that. It's got the same type of diameter shaft, so we got a 1/4 inch shaft, and then you have a 1 inch throw between here and here, so the lock can go down, which is the same dimensions as what it is for the D-ring. So what we decided to do is we're going to offset this on one on each side instead of running 4. The only bad part so far that we can tell is that each one is keyed individually, so that's going to be a little bit of a frustration for us.
So my solution for that, since they are all keyed differently, is we'll color code it.
Why she always got to come up with the good ideas. Doesn't fit.
Oh my God, seriously? Once again, Murphy strikes. The locks were just a little too big, so Chris is going to bore a hole out.
So that it fits better in here.
But Chris and I say, is it really ours if we don't have to make any adjustments to it?
The worst part is I don't have the right size drill bit. So after 3 attempts, or shall I say this is our 3rd attempt at trying to get a lock in this stupid fifth wheel hitch. It's driven me a little nuts. The pin lock that we decided to use is a 1/4 inch round. The hole in theory is a 1/4 inch round, but due to the paint coating on the fifth wheel hitch, I can't actually get the pin through the hole. So I'm going to use a rat tail file, which is the round one, and I'm going to try to bore the hole out and see if this works. So round 3, wish me luck. I do say I love the wind, except for the fact that I'm trying to...
So today the weather's just horrible. All this sunshine and blue skies, I'm just saying. But about 15 minutes ago, it was raining.
Like I was saying, the rat tail file, I'm going to try to stick that through here and then just work the inside edges.
Oh,
It worked.
success.
Double check this. There we go. There we go. So next, let's see if I can go this way. What I'm doing now is I'm actually just checking to see if I can get this lock to go all the way up to the first pin and where it locks in, so I know where I can cut. So I'm going to have to cut here out of this one to shorten it so that this will fit in flush. And you'll see what I'm talking about in just a minute. So I'm just using a DeWalt Sawzall with a metal blade and a little power transformer from our daughter's apartment. Needless to say, these locks aren't going to really stop a lot of people if they're interested in taking something that came apart really quickly.
And as you can see, we always pick up our mess.
Okay.
Are you going to do it on the opposite side, or are you just going to have them on the front?
I'm just going to do it on both fronts. My thought is 2 reasons. One, I only want to do 2 locks. I don't want to do 4 of them. And it's a visual deterrent more than anything. It's just it makes it a little less of an easy target. So if for whatever reason somebody was looking to take it, they would look inside, see that there's locks on it, and go to another opportunity versus messing with ours.
If it was an easy fix, would it really be ours?
Not unless it needs modifications does it belong to me. All right, that did it. That got it. I had to change the angle on the dangle.
Sometimes that's all it takes.
One of the other upgrades we did for our truck was to install a all-steel lockable safe in the center console. As you'll see, this is the standard Chevy Silverado console. On the inside, we put a LockerDown brand safe, which is model specific to the vehicles. So each one is designed to fit into the center console of the truck. In this case, as you'll see on the bottom, it is bolted in to the actual same location as the center console of the truck. It's bolted into the sides, and the whole thing is steel and 360. The nice thing for us is it gives us the ability to go into a store or a restaurant or a bar while we're out on the road traveling and be able to lock up anything that we're not allowed to bring into those establishments, or lock up important documents or files. If you have to bring a social security card with you somewhere, you're able to lock it up and not carry it on your person. The install probably took a half hour, and we bought the LockerDown safe off of Amazon, and they shipped it directly to our house. Super simple, only needed a couple screwdrivers. One thing we did to make a little bit more of a custom install for us was creating a foam mat piece here with just a simple cutout. This is one of those standard mats that you would get for like using in the gym. We put the factory mat
on top of the foam mat to give it a stock or OEM appearance. It keeps our junk out of the hinges so we don't get dirt or grime in the hinges creating any kind of problems. The light still works and everything still closes. One of the most important things in my mind was making sure that we had a good place to put our tools and kept them completely accessible and watertight. We watched some great videos about low profile truck boxes and the different brands out there. We went over to the local Tractor Supply and they had multiple different low profile truck boxes in stock. The key features that we look for, of course, is mentioning is the low profile. So right here we want to have a short height so that when the fifth wheel spins, we're able to make sure it clears this. I did one thing a little different. Pardon my redneck ingenuity here. I took a master lock clasp and I installed an extra lock on here. This is mainly just for added peace of mind and security. Goes back to the same idea of putting the locks on the fifth wheel hitch. It's just one more step that we chose to do to try to slow down anybody trying to break in or steal anything from us. So this is just a clear silicone that we put on here. We bolted it straight through the box, so it goes up. It has nice hinges for it. It fits real well. We use a U-Haul style, like a lock that you would use for a storage unit. We put on here, and so now that we have the locks on the outside, we have the lock in the middle and then the lock on the outside on that side. It's one more piece of security for us to keep honest people honest and keep people out of here. So as you'll see inside the truck box, it's pretty straightforward. There's nothing special about it. It is a run-of-the-mill aluminum welded truck box. It is nothing more than a gigantic hole, really. It did come with this nice tray that's removable, has some deep pockets for it. It mounts on the side here on the truck in 3 different spots. I only put 2 in based on the design of how the Chevy Silverado's set up. So I could only get 2. I couldn't get the 3rd based on the box and the walls of the truck. Mounted it there so it's secure to the truck. We're down in Florida and we've had some torrential downpours, and I will say that the seals have held great. We haven't had any problems with leaking. The shocks have held real well, and the locking mechanism's doing a good job. So overall, I would say this box is excellent, and again, we picked this up at Tractor Supply. When we were doing our research trying to find out which truck box we wanted to buy, we noticed that Tractor Supply was contracted with Betterbuilt, and Betterbuilt makes some really nice boxes. The benefit of the Tractor Supply version, it was actually a couple $100 cheaper than the exact same thing that was branded by Betterbuilt. And one of the neat things about this toolbox that I like is that it doesn't require anything to be drilled. As you see, it's kind of got U-clamps or U-bolts, however you want to call it, that run along the channel of the truck and hook up to the truck bed. So we got a couple on each side. We didn't have to poke any holes, and being that it's an all aluminum box, it's lightweight, it's welded, and now it's secure to our truck.
All right, folks, as you've seen, we have the locks on our hitch. We have our lock box with 3 locks, 1 on each side, 1 in the middle, and then the truck box lock. All done. We're safe and secure, ready to hit the road. Thank you guys for watching us secure our assets in this video. Let us know what you think down below in the comments. I'm going to add the links to everything that we've used today. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you next time. I was going to just do an outro. Hear the wind machine.